I guess this is the main entrance to his region. Don't have to be much of an explorer to know that. How did you not know where it was? It's gigantic.
Well, I didn't visit it often, as I found Uskul tasteless. And so did Eri.
You mean Ere disliked it? So you followed his example?
Oh, I have my own tastes, you know. I suppose you're partly right. For me, Ere's opinion always counted more than anything. He was my reviver and my mentor. I mean, he even taught me how to speak.
So he was family to you?
That... I don't think so. Even though I admired him. He always kept his distance.
Keeping his distance. I suppose that is something I can understand. It doesn't seem like we can reach this entrance. So you still have a bit of time to prepare yourself before entering his tasteless home.
Don't worry. Uskul probably had more than one entrance, given the size of the region.
Wait, the Elisine weren't from here?
I never said they were. They were nomads, always traveling. They didn't expect to settle, but when they found this valley with all its precious metals, as alchemists they couldn't pass up the chance. And even though it was already inhabited by the Akrians, the natives of this valley, they got along well for many years. The Elisine even saw themselves as their protectors.
This looks like they were more than just protectors. Looks like they were part of them. What made them such arseholes?
I already told you. They slowly grew corrupt after they tried becoming one with the metals. While the Elisine grew apart, the Akrians became lower beings in their eyes. And the Akrians believed them to be akin to gods, for they became a part of the land they prayed to. That corruption is what could await you. Or even me. But while you have the chance to master the other elements, I will always just be bound to one. Every day, I have to do my best and grow. That is the responsibility I carry for receiving my powers.
My name is Farron West.
I thought we were past introductions.
This name, you won't find it in any registry. There, I am only Farron, not deserving of more. So it is for all orphans. But she didn't care much for that. Matron Vera gave me my names and always made sure to call me by both. Her way of telling me that I was more than society saw. She was the only one who ever thought me more. She was very kind. In the end, cared too much for her own good. As long as she was there, I didn't want to leave. When she wasn't anymore, I had no reason to stay.
Thank you for telling me, Farron. And I am sorry.
Don't be. I'm not one to dwell on the past normally, as you may have noticed. And I learned a valuable lesson from it. Don't bother taking on responsibility. It will only lead to an early death, and a few tears cried in vain on your behalf. So this is Manonite. Looks pretty hard.
If you like your weapon, I wouldn't recommend trying to break something off it. Stable Manonite is the hardest material you can find in Akria. You won't find a scratch or a crack in it.
So I will look for small rocks to take with me. Got it. Man, my collection grows and grows.
Your backpack is at your service?
That was always the worst part about traveling. Having a giant bag on your back while you're trying to fight, roll in the dirt. So thank you for carrying everything, Boji.
That must be the elevator to Uskul's arena.
Too bad I can't fight him yet.
I think the time to prepare will come in handy. You feel the cool breeze.
I do. You think there's another entrance to the region down there?
I'd bet my scarf on it.
We definitely won't get to Uskul this way.
We have to find his general first anyway. And there is a second entrance to his arena in the Mannanite region, as far as I've heard.
I don't want to get too excited yet, knowing our luck and all. Let's look for the gate. The cold winds got stronger.
No sun, no birds singing, no beautiful fresh green grass. I already miss the outside.
We just entered here. Not a cave fan, I take it.
They are dark, oppressive, most of all, wet. It makes my fur clammy, so I look like a wet cat. What?
Nothing. Just imagined it.
Always glad to amuse you. Stay here for a while.
They can't be destroyed. Won't break. The ceiling won't come down.
Without any doubt, since they are made from Mannanite. Ere taught me so.
How reassuring. I would trust your word more than his, since you are my partner. Let me guess. That up there is his arena.
Yes. Though, what is it like? Having seen so many places?
It is an indescribable experience. With every new place I saw, it was like I was discovering a new part of me as well. But I was never satisfied in the end. So I packed my things and wandered again. It was exciting, knowing that no matter how much I saw, there was still something new waiting for me.
When you talk about it like that, it makes leaving Akria sound exciting.
Maybe you should. When Ere is back.
What an idea. Do you think a talking wolf would be welcome out there? Someone who was called a monster, even by a world traveler like you. Just joking. You think I still worry about that? It is only natural to fear what you don't know. I will stay with Ere, my teacher and savior, since Akria is my home, the place I love more than anything. Everything will be as it should.
Already?
Surprising. But this is a good thing. As with the stag, this general should carry part of Uskul's spirit. We will need it to wake him.
That is a big bear, but I guess I should be thankful that we don't have to search for him. Do you think? So I can fight him.
Such a diligent student. You are really becoming a master of the ancient...
Hey! Shut up, Boji. It's like I feel the earth around me pound.
Pounding? You mean how you felt drawn to Insium around you?
Not quite. It's more like the Mannonite is calling to me. Like it's alive. But not every Mannonite, only those that glow.
Okay. Well, Mannonite in its second state is quite active. Then let's see what you'll be able to do with this calling Mannonite. There's definitely enough around here for you to experiment.
Let's shake things. Boji, the ice has melted. It's become warmer.
Remember, Mannonite in its other unstable state gives off heat. Yes, that would indeed explain a lot. I suppose by beating the General, we once again reverted some effect of the shockwave from Eri.
That means things will look different again. Oh, I am getting excited just thinking about it. Time to explore.
I feel the same. But don't forget we have a mission. We only have to find an entrance to Uskol's arena now. That certainly looked intense.
Oh, it was amazing. I can't believe how strong I feel. As if I could apply a lot of force by tensing a muscle in the land.
You're tensing muscles. In stone. Well, at least it'll help us get around all those mountains and cliffs.
The structure of this building feels familiar. Hopefully it's just my imagination. Boji, what is this place?
Well, I have to admit that. I have no idea. I heard rumors in the past that Uskol was building something big, but I've never seen the end result.
We will see what it is, either way. I feel a bit uneasy.
Don't you get sick on me, Farron West. Oh, but if you did, I would care for you. Eri taught me how to make an otherworldly tea. Heartberries, green fern, Iraka claws.
Upset, are we? What is it? Seems like we're up on some sort of balcony.
That's not it. Don't you see this?
A scratch on an ancient ruin? What's so special about it?
Don't you remember what I told you? Eri taught me that Mannonite is indestructible. So this scratch, it shouldn't exist.
Yeah, well, but it does. And I'd rather trust my eyes than others' words.
Yeah, easy for you to say.
Boji, look around you. I was right. We are on a balcony. And not just anyone's, I believe. You told me Uskol liked fighting. Apparently, he loved it enough to build a damn Colosseum. I already suspected it before, but...
A Colosseum? What is that?
Outside. This is a place where people fight to the death. Some for glory, and some for their freedom. But most for money. And Uskol definitely wanted to have the best view of it.
That sounds like him. But it doesn't explain the scratch.
You said he was strong. Well, what if he was strong enough to defy what you knew? What if he didn't give a damn about your rules? He changed himself, right? Became one with Mannonite.
Still, that shouldn't make this possible. If he could do that, what kind of monster did he become?
We will find out.
These Colosseums, you sounded very upset. If you don't mind, can you tell me more about them? I want to learn what Uskol did here.
People visit a coliseum to watch for fun how desperate humans fight against each other, or animals, often to the death, making entertainment out of bloodshed. I just can't stand the sight of it. Especially if some of those desperate warriors just fight to regain their right of freedom.
That sounds horrible. I'm not surprised that Uskul and his followers took a liking to this, but I wonder how he got the idea. Did you ever fight in one?
Sometimes. Whenever I really needed to earn some money. I greatly disliked it, but you don't know how hard it can be to just live out there. I always tried to make it short. Painless. But in the end, it doesn't change what I did. So don't get your hopes up, Boji. I am not a good person. In the end, I just close my eyes to their miseries, like everyone else.
If that is what you believe, even so, I won't blame you for what you did. You didn't fight for spectacle, which sadly, probably was the reason Uskul did all this.
Do what you want.
This is definitely, this should be the elevator to Uskul. But how are we going to open it?
Well, I can already tell you how Uskul did it. Don't even think about it. Have you seen that door? No way will I be able to lift it.
You're probably right. There is Manonite under there, but
It doesn't feel alive like its other form. I won't be able to do anything with it. Is there a way to change it back? Make it glow?
I can't. But you should be able to do it.
Why? Why me?
You can control Manonite now, while I can't. I will teach you how to channel the flux to make such strong changes. But first, you'll need a lot of flux to be able to do it, and, well, there isn't enough around here.
Is it possible to fill flux into, I don't know, a container or so? Do such things even exist?
Yes, they do. And I wouldn't be surprised if Uskul had some, seeing that he would have probably used a lot of flux.
Searching an entire region for a flux container. Sounds like we're trying to find a needle in a haystack. Any idea where we could start?
Not a safe bet, but I heard Uskul had gigantic mines. Down there, he wouldn't have had a lot of access to the flux,
So, maybe down there we'll find one. Oh, nice thinking, Boji. Let's go and look for those mines.
just how did he do it? Maybe if he... No, that still wouldn't explain it.
Still the Scratch Man and I. It really got to you that much?
Well, you'd feel the same if something you always thought you knew was suddenly wrong.
Would I? I'm not sure. I mean, the one thing I truly know is that you normally can't trust in anything. Be it other humans, rules, especially the government. If you never really trust anything to begin with, you aren't really that surprised if something changes.
Ah, you just don't get it. Never mind then. This... Is this what became of the Akrians under Uskul?
Miners and Colosseum fighters. Their lives were those of slaves. Didn't you say the Elisine and Akrians got along?
In the beginning, I knew that when the Elisine changed, they began to view the Akrians as lesser beings, but I never thought they were being treated like this. Eric couldn't have known, right? If he had, he would have done something sooner, surely.
Boji, the Colosseum isn't built in a day. Such changes don't happen overnight.
I know! But he was always there for me. I will ask him myself when he is awake.
Whatever his reasons were, don't worry. The only thing you can accuse him of is not caring for something that wasn't his fault in the first place. As he didn't change his kind into these power-hungry monsters.
If only it was that easy.
The Achaeans. How were they? It didn't seem like they put up a lot of resistance against the Elysine when they changed. And from their pictures, they don't look like warriors. Not even hunters, now that I think about it. He told me they were much smaller than the Elysine. It seems they didn't mind, since they never thought about fighting them from the very beginning. They probably just wanted to live in peace.
You're right. They weren't warriors at all. I once explained to you that this valley is full of flux, the spirit energy of the dead. The Achaeans, though no alchemists, were the ones that taught that to Ere, and he found it proven true. And though not schooled, they were observant enough to create runes that could manipulate the concentration of flux.
The ones you use as well?
Partly. Some runes were created by Ere as well, found by studying the existing ones.
Shoot.
There is no way. We're in a dead end. We're trapped.
Quiet, Boji. I will get us out of here. Let me think.
Think? Couldn't you have done that before jumping down here?
I don't recall you protesting when I did so, and now calm down. The ice there seems to be thinner than the other walls.
Are you sure? I just see ice that's been here for centuries. This is not getting us anywhere. We're going to die down here and there's no way out. I can't hear myself think. Just stop it already. Please stop it.
Come on! You are in our way! Just break already! Damn it! I have survived on my instincts for years. And if I trust one thing, it is myself!
I can breathe again. You did it.
Told you so. Don't doubt my instincts. Now, let's take a deep breath together.
I'm sorry. And thank you.
Thank me? For what?
For not judging me inside there. And for being you.
I think this is the first time someone said that to me. Don't worry, Boji. When I was captured, you didn't abandon me. And since then, my judgment of you is steadfast. I won't abandon you. And besides, what would I do without my storyteller?
Oh, so you want to hear more?
Please.
Farron, there! This should be one.
A flux container?
Yes. Finally, things are looking up.
Can't I just take the flux into me now?
No, you can't. Flux is always in movement, and always strives for balance. If you would take as much as we would need into your body, the flux would try to change the form of its vessel, you, to suit its amount. Simply put, your body would try to change itself to the needs of the flux, ending in an explosion.
Understood. Lots of flux in my body equals bad. But how are we going to get back to Uskull's elevator? Behind us is still the dead end.
Then we can only go forward. That is your speciality, right?
Right.
Let's start. You really have to concentrate while channeling the flux through the stone in your chest. That way you shouldn't get hurt. Now, don't let the flux linger inside you. Instead, send it directly to the Mannonite and start changing its form.
And if I do it right, I don't explode. Got it. Wow! That went great! I felt so alive!
And you're still alive as well. Good work, Farron.
Did the Elisine build this? Or the Acreans?
Chances are high that the Acreans built this. And from the murals we saw in the mines, they were probably forced.
You think so? I don't know how to explain it, but these feel different. Down there, it felt like desperation and sadness. But up here, it seems so much more like admiration.
Well, it could be that the statue and the murals up here were made at the beginning of Uskul's rule. Back then, the Acreans still admired him greatly, as he was the one that tamed this region for them, making it habitable.
He did? How was it before?
There were no easy paths through the mountains, and those that existed were swarmed with savage bears. The deeper patches also didn't exist, as they were flooded by a raging river. Uskul handled all of that.
He did all of that for those he would later enslave?
While Ere and Uskul rarely saw eye to eye, Uskul always put the survival and lives of those weaker than him over everything else. He definitely was rough, but I believe he meant well before he changed. A true protector.
And I thought I had my last arena fight years ago.
You think now is the right time for nostalgia?
One ring, one fight, one death. You know, this is the first time I won't fight alone.
This seems very memorable for you. While I can't say I don't fear Uskul, you are right. This time you're not alone. And neither am I. You can stay here for a while.
Volunteer for a warm-up fight. That's something you can do with a scrawny arm.
We did it! I can barely believe it. You are a beast, Farron West.
Oh, I can feel all my bones.
You want a break?
No, no. If I lie down now, I will probably never get up again. But I can say as much. That statue down there, it did him justice. No, only one is left.
Ingla, the seer.
She is the master of Jinon, right? The element you also have in your body. So, you know some of her tricks.
If she were someone else, maybe. But with her, you never know. We should be very careful on the way to her. Who knows what kind of tricks she's built into her realm.
Oh, that sounds just wonderful.